Imagine experiencing a profound spiritual breakthrough, feeling God's presence more vividly, and gaining clarity in your life purpose. Did you know that fasting can help you achieve this? If you are seeking a deeper, more intimate connection with the divine, I suggest you consider fasting. This practice can truly transform your relationship with God. To help you on this journey, in today's video, we will uncover the incredible power of fasting and how it can elevate your faith journey to new heights. Stay tuned as we explore the biblical foundations of fasting and offer practical tips to help you embark on this transformative spiritual practice. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Let's start explaining why fasting attracts God. Fasting, an ancient spiritual discipline, is more than just abstaining from food. It's a profound journey of self-denial that opens the door to a deeper communion with God. When you fast, you turn down the noise of the world and focus your heart and mind on the divine. This practice isn't just about physical hunger. It's about nurturing a spiritual hunger for God. By setting aside physical sustenance, you create space for God to fill your soul with His presence. This act of devotion can lead to powerful revelations, spiritual breakthroughs, and an intimate understanding of God's will for your life. Through fasting, you strip away distractions, allowing God's voice to resonate more clearly, transforming your faith journey into a deeper, more meaningful relationship with Him. You can fast when you have something important to pray for, need to make a significant decision, or want to grow in spiritual discipline. Contrary to the belief held by some that Christians need not engage in discipline, it is through spiritual exercises like fasting that we build our spiritual strength. We must remember that we are Christ's soldiers, and a proficient soldier is well trained in various disciplines. Fasting stands as one crucial discipline among many in the Christian faith, helping to fortify our spiritual resolve and readiness. You can fast for a single meal, a full 24-hour period, or even longer. If this is your first time fasting, start small. Remember that you are embarking on a new journey, and it's important to proceed with caution as you learn how to manage the physical and spiritual aspects of fasting. God will honor your initial step of faith, which may seem small to others but monumental to you. Your heart's response and your attitude during the fast are critical. As you begin fasting, don't focus too much on the duration of the fast. Instead, ensure that your relationship with God is strong and sincere. God is omniscient. He understands and values the sincerity of your prayers more than their length. Therefore, if you've never fasted before, I recommend starting with skipping just one meal to gently introduce yourself to fasting. The connection between fasting and prayer is repeatedly emphasized in the Scriptures. When they had appointed elders in every church and prayed with fasting, they commended them to the Lord in whom they had believed. Do not deprive one another except with consent for a time, that you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer. These passages highlight that fasting is not merely about abstaining from food. It's also about using the opportunity to draw closer to God. When you fast, replace the time you would normally spend on meals, thinking about food, acquiring it, preparing it, eating it, and cleaning up afterwards with prayer and engagement with God's Word. Use the freed up time to deepen your spiritual practices. Pray, meditate, read the Bible, seek God's will, and listen for His voice. As you feel the pangs of hunger, let them remind you to turn to God and enhance your private prayer life. This approach helps integrate fasting into a comprehensive spiritual discipline, fostering a closer relationship with God. Fasting, like climbing a mountain, is both spiritually and physically demanding. Approach this endeavor with a clear understanding of your goals and the recognition that, although the journey may be challenging, the benefits will be well worth it. Begin by clearly defining your purpose for fasting. Write down your reasons and the duration of your fast on paper. Seeing it in front of you helps to clarify and solidify your intentions. When goals are only in your mind, they can become unclear or easily forgotten, so documenting them sharpens your focus. Plan everything and don't enter your fast casually or with a hit-or-miss attitude. Plan to succeed. Engage in fasting with a firm commitment, not just to test your limits, but with a dedicated intention to seek God's guidance for your specified reasons. By moving beyond mere contemplation and actively committing to fasting, you are relying on God's grace and assistance to sustain you through this spiritual discipline. Fasting is a private act between you and God. Concerns about how others might perceive your fasting should not influence your decision. Remember, fasting is not about impressing others. It's a personal spiritual discipline. As Jesus teaches, when you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen. And your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. This passage emphasizes the importance of keeping your fasting private as a sacred act between you and God. If you decide to fast, keep it to yourself and make your time of fasting a special, intimate experience with God. Fasting is about deepening your personal connection with God, not about public display or approval. Even Jesus, after a prolonged fast, felt physical hunger and faced temptation. When you decide to fast, prepare for it to be challenging. You will feel hungry, and your body and mind may devise various excuses or justifications to persuade you to eat and end the fast prematurely. Here's a tip. When the hunger feels unbearable, drink a large cup of water, pray, and seek God's strength. Remember, the purpose of fasting is to die to oneself, drawing closer to God and growing spiritually. It's normal to feel discomfort, but the spiritual benefits are worthwhile. Also, if you have never walked this path before, you may want to start your fasting journey with someone else. Invite someone else to pray and fast with you. Sharing the fasting experience can enhance your focus and provide mutual support. You can discuss any doubts, questions, or fears and encourage each other to persevere. Just as exercising with a friend can help you stay committed during challenging times, fasting together can strengthen your resolve and reduce the temptation to break the fast. Having someone to share the journey with can make a significant difference in maintaining your commitment when things get tough. So, my dear friend, remember that fasting is a leap of faith. It's a powerful way to draw closer to God and can elevate your spiritual journey. Keep in mind that God sees the intentions of your heart and will reward you accordingly. Thank you so much for staying with us until now. We've selected 2 insightful and inspiring videos for you. Please share and like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let's grow together on our journey towards God. See you next time.